Let's go from charging like this to charging like a pro. In this video, we're going to talk all about custom charging cases. So sit down, strap in, and hold on. We're going to try and do this and not get electrocuted in the process. Okay, so what we have here inside the case is a number of different things all going on at once. So we've got two NPF batteries charging on a charger there. I'm just going to pull them out of the way so we can see the next. And we have a Canon A30 battery charger for my Canon C70. A couple of chargers for Lumix GH5 cameras. Just pull those batteries out of there. Over in this corner, I've got a little RAV Power, and this is 6 USB-A outlets, so this is good for charging up things like Tentacle timecode boxes and that sort of thing. So just pull those out of the way here for the time being. And then up on the top here, we've got the battery charger for HiQ batteries for use on the sound cart. I wired in a full-size plug so that I can put a 100-watt PD charger, which is able to charge V-mount batteries up to 100% in less than 2 hours. And these last just slightly more than 2 hours on my C70 rig. And therefore, I can always have a battery charged and ready to go by always having one plugged in on the charging case and the other one in use. So let's just pull that up and out of the way. And then up on the top part of the case here, of course, we got some LED lights. Let's just turn those off for a moment. So if it's on a dark set, you need to get into the box here between takes. You can just flip on the lights using a little switch just down right in here. And that switch is, as you can see, is right here. It's just a little rocker switch. And then in the top half of the panel, I have all of my battery charging for AA's and 18650 batteries. For the materials for this project, I bought most of it off of Amazon. I started with a hard-sided case by Maya, which was $99. And then I got a through-wall plug. It's a 15 amp, 125 volt plug that has pigtail and two 18-inch extensions on it. Then I needed some rocker switches for controlling the LED lights. For additional power distribution, I bought some terminal blocks. These are 35 amp terminal blocks, 6-position screws with covers and jumper blocks. That was about 16 bucks. And I bought some extension cord ends. And then some of the other items that I already had on hand, of course, I had zip ties, I had some 1/4-inch plywood, I had a power bar. I have some electrical supplies like a box, a plug, and a cover, the Moretz LED lights and power supply, and I had some 16-gauge wire for making up all the extension plugs. So right on the side of the box, I took a hole saw of the correct size and drilled a hole right through the side of the box and then mounted in this power plug assembly. Now this comes normally with a pigtail that splits into two and then has two ends on it inside the case like this. But I've taken that and I've modified it so it wasn't taking up so much space inside the box. But also there's obviously a lot more stuff in this power charging box that needs to be connected up, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugs going down into the box at this level, plus the pre-wired 120 volt outlets. And then of course we have 7 and 8 plugs going down into the box, along with the power feeding to these LED lights. So there's an awful lot going in on the underside of this panel here. It's pretty crowded down in there. But we'll have a look at that in a moment. So now all of these fittings, of course, those can just pop up to the holes there for the power cables, but these are all just Velcroed into the box so that if I ever need to take this stuff out of the box and use it outside of the box, it can always be removed and used on its own. Okay, so now we're gonna undo all of this and lift out the box. I'm gonna stop the camera while I do that because there's quite a bit of wiring all intertwined there. So looking down inside the box, we obviously have a lot of stuff going on in here. So again, lots of plugs, plus there are the power supplies. So this is the one that feeds the Canon C70 battery charger, and this is the one that feeds the smart battery. And then everything else basically just has a plug that is a standard 2-prong plug for most of them. So I fit a power bar in there to try and take up as many plugs as I could. But of course, I couldn't fit a plug into every slot, and or this just didn't have enough slots altogether. So down in the bottom of the box here is a set of terminal blocks. And so power's coming in and feeding into those terminal blocks. I have jumper bars for both the hot and the common. And then ground is just wired in there, and all the ground's wired together using a Moret. But essentially that's giving me the ability to wire in a box that has the plug in it, and also to feed additional sets of, down in here you can see there's a little bit of there's a transformer in there, and that's the transformer. It's from an old security camera system, but it's just the right voltage and wattage to run the LED lights on the top half of the box. And as you can see, just everything is just a mess of cables going everywhere. But that's okay because you can't see that once it's in underneath of the piece of plywood. This is just a piece of 1/4-inch plywood with everything cut holes for the power cables to come up through, and in the right locations just to feed all those. So anyhow, that's quite a mess, but of course it looks pretty good when it's all done up. Okay, the other thing that I didn't mention, or I forgot to mention before, is there is a strip of foam. So these Maya boxes, when you get them, they come with 2 layers of the foam, and it's sort of already sort of pre-cut on a pattern, so you can just basically tear out the pieces that you don't need. But I took a band of the foam, and it goes basically all the way around the box on all sides, and it's just enough of a lip to hold on to and rest on the underside of this plywood, for the plywood to go down and rest on it rather. And that's just enough to support it in there. And of course all the rest of the wiring, everything that's also in there is, you know, the board is pressing up against that. So but yeah, that foam comes with the box, and I ripped out 99% of it and just left that one band all the way around the outside as that support ledge. Okay, and I'm just gonna put this in fast forward while I put the box all back together. Okay, when I'm all done charging everything for the day, extension cord that I built, bought the ends of course, and had some wire kicking around. That 16 gauge wire is what I used inside the box, along with these plugs that I bought on Amazon. Made up my own little custom like extension cord. That just goes inside the box, and then the box is all set and ready to go. All set and ready to go for when I need it next. Okay, everybody, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, when you're out and about, don't make a lot of noise. make good sound. We'll see you in the next video.